Now hold on, Brandi, baby. Here we go. And you'll be going what?
Boom, baby, boom, baby, boom.
Okay, okay.
Hi, guys. Hey, Joe.
How are you doing today, Brandi?
I am doing great.
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 I'm trying to remember the last time I saw you. Actually, the last time I saw you was, oh my God, when we had the crazy photo shoot with the photographer fell in the pool.
Oh, yes. Oh, it was great. It was great. It was
Yes.
hot. It was so hot outside. But it
So,
was so great.
right. So, have you been staying indoors?
Yes. You
Yeah.
can't,
Okay. Good.
look, my hair, okay, this is the third live interview that I've done since the pandemic.
Hmm.
And I've been rocking my onesie wraps. Okay, listen, I have family. My dad is in the beauty industry. He owns his own hair salon, and
Okay.
we're not opening up. Okay, I'm gonna just have to rock
Please
these
don't.
wraps.
Please don't.
I'm gonna be rocking these wraps for a long time. Yes, I'm staying
So,
put inside.
so I'm sure that you watched the latest episode of Insecure, Go Close. So how do you feel when you watch TV and you watch people pay homage to you guys?
I think it's amazing. I thank God for Bring It On. I mean, Bring It On keeps us relevant. It keeps, us fresh and new. And, the people that maybe, didn't know about Blaque, they know about the movie. So it's just a blessing. Every Halloween, fans dress up like the Clovers. It's just amazing. So we're just blessed to be able to be a part of that. It was awesome.
So before you guys broke through the big screen with Bring It On and before Blaque, there was intrigue. So how did you get involved with the group Intrigue and you guys got signed to Electric Records?
Okay, so let me redo that for you because actually Intrigue was a group Shamari was in. And I was doing talent shows around Atlanta, and they actually wanted me to be the fifth member of that group. Intrigue never got signed, but Blaque ended up getting signed to Elektra Records after our deal at Sony Music.
Okay, so once you signed to Blaque and you walked in the room, were you nervous when you walked in and saw Lisa for the first time?
Actually, I have met Lisa. Actually, all three of us have met Lisa separately, and before we were in Blaque, we had met her. So it was definitely like a oh my God moment. This is left out from TLC, but I had already met her. I had already been around her, so it wasn't like a shell shock, but it was just kind of like nervous. We wanted to make sure she loved us as a group, and she did. We were her brother's group first, Ronald Lopez.
Yeah.
And, she didn't even know what Ronald was doing. And when she found out that, he had a group and we were dope, she wanted to meet us. And she loved us so much that she pretty much took us from her brother. So that's what happened.
So usually artists have a hard time breaking into the music industry because they're usually compared because of the individual that paved the way for them. So Left Eye opening the doors for you. You guys were often compared to TLC, but you guys made a name for yourself. So during the whole comparison, how did you guys deal with that?
We never hated it. We loved it. I mean, why wouldn't you want to be compared to greatness, to genius? I mean, we were coming behind an amazing legacy. TLC had sold, over 10 million records at that point. They were the biggest girl group in the world. So for us to be compared to them was an honor. We never felt like, oh my God, why are they saying that? No, that's like beautiful. So we took that and we loved it. And Lisa was in our corner 100%. So we loved it. And we still love it to today.
Okay, so walk us through the whole recording process, your favorite tracks from your debut album.
Oh, look at that. Our bubble wrap.
Yes.
Recording that album, it was a lot going on. We did a lot of it here in Atlanta. We did a lot in New York. We actually were in Bearsville, New York, where they had the first Woodstock. So, and it was dead of winter. Crazy snow. It was kind of like the first time we were on our own, no chaperones, no parents, and our producers, Tone and Pope, they had put us up in these houses up there, and it was other artists too at the time.
Yeah.
Signed to Columbia, Billy Lawrence, who wrote "Bring It All to Me" with Corey Rooney, and it was a good time. It was crazy. It was a new experience. It was exciting because we were working on our first album. We were nervous because we wanted the world to love it. We didn't know, how people were going to feel about us, but it worked. And thank God we created a masterpiece.
What's your favorite track off the album?
I think throughout the 20 years of Blaque, that question, whenever I get that question, I think I've changed my answer so many times. I remember in the beginning, it used to be Lenny. That used to be my favorite song.
Lenny, Lenny is my all-time favorite. I love Lenny, yeah.
Lenny used to be my jam. But now, I really have an appreciation for 808. Right now, like, I'm feeling 808 right now. Like, I think it was maybe a little ahead of its time. When I listen to the track itself, it's just dope, and I love it.
So, did you guys record any songs that you wanted to pass on but end up recording, and you, huh?
I think definitely yes. I think all of us kind of felt like "Bring It All to Me" was not our favorite song. I remember, because actually "I Do" was supposed to be our second single. So when "I Do" came out, we all loved it, and Tina wrote it, and we were like, yes, we shot this amazing, colorful video, and it was great, and it, Lisa was in it, and it was so cool, and we had the Matrix cameras, it was just dope, right? And so we put it out. It actually went to number 5 on TRL. It was doing great. We were actually shooting the movie Bring It On at the time, and we got a call from our label saying that they wanted to switch the single. And none of us wanted to do that. Like, "I Do" was, pop. It was bright. It was fun. But radio was playing "Bring It All to Me." And we were just kind of like, what? What in the world? And, of course, we loved that we had JC from NSYNC on it. Total.
Right.
And he blessed us with it. But we wanted "I Do." The label was like, no, let's go back. We had to shoot a video, put Shamari on the second verse. And, the world wanted what they wanted. So "Bring It All to Me" became my second single.
And do you have a track from your debut album that was your least favorite?
I don't know. Maybe my least favorite. I don't know. I think I kind of have like an appreciation for all of them. I didn't like "Bring It All to Me." I didn't think it was.
Oh, really?
I didn't
Why?
I mean, I like it now, but I didn't really. It was super R&B. Like, we wanted to be pop princesses. We wanted to be like Spice Girls. We loved Gwen Stefani. We loved No Doubt. Like, that's what we wanted to be, right? So 808 and "Bring It All to Me" was very urban. It was very R&B. "I Do" and a couple of the other records on our album were more pop. So that's kind of what, hence the colorful colors, the bubble wrap.
Yeah.
We wanted to be on the pop side of things. But, God has a plan. And, we're happy that we had success with what we had. And, hey, you can't argue with that.
So there's a lot of artists that always remake classics. So you guys remade Cyndi Lauper, and actually she commended you guys and was like, you guys did justice to her music, and you guys, the remix was one of her all-time favorites.
Yes. Cheers to Cyndi Lauper.
So when you heard that, what was going through your mind?
It was amazing. I mean, first of all, to even like redo such an iconic record. At the time, Tommy Mottola was the president of Sony Music, so that was his suggestion that we record that record. And she loved it. She got to hear it, and she loved it, and we were like, yes, thank you. It was awesome.
So throughout the whole success and everything, you guys suffered two tragedies. So how did you cope with both tragedies, starting off with Left Eye?
I mean, I feel like we're still coping with it every day. You never get over something like that. You know, Lisa was so much, you know, she was just not in our lives when it pertained to our music and our careers. She was family. You know, that's like losing a sister, an aunt, you know, a best friend. Like she was everything to us. So I think every day, and on days, you know, like this, of course, when it's her anniversary of her death, it's just like, wow, like I can't even believe it's been 18 years. It doesn't even make sense. Like I remember this day 18 years ago like it was last night.
Where were you when you first heard the news?
We were actually together. Natina, Shamari, and I were together at an event earlier on in that evening. And we left the event. I was alone. I was driving on my way home. And a good friend of ours and industry producer, manager, he's been in the industry forever, Ian Burke, gave me a call and asked me if I was driving. I believe Ian was with us at the event. And he asked me if I was driving. I said, yeah, I'm headed home. He told me to pull over, and he told me the news, and I was just devastated, of course.
And where were you when you first heard about Natina?
So I was actually at home. I was actually the first one to get the news that Natina had passed. It was a crazy night. That night was interesting too because I was out at an event, and it just felt weird. I didn't want to be there, so I left. I went home, and yeah, it just was a crazy night. It was a crazy night. But I was at home, and I had to end up, I got the news first, and I ended up having to call Shamari. Shamari was actually with Ron. He had a show somewhere up in like the mountains or something, and her reception was terrible. So we couldn't get her, and we couldn't get Ron on the phone either. So we found Uncle Brooke, which is Brooke Payne, BBD's and New Edition's manager. We got a chance to get him on the phone, and he got me in touch with Ron, and I told Ron first, and then I asked him if he wanted me to tell Shamari or if he wanted to tell her, and he asked me to tell her, so I told her. And yeah, that was it.
So how are you guys preserving their legacy?
Well, I think we try to do our best, you know, all the time with trying to keep both Natina and Lisa's legacy alive. Of course, the Lopez family, they have a celebration for her every year, and we are definitely a part of that. We love the Lopez family. They are family to us. So, hey, Ron, hey, Raina, hey, Mama Lopez. You know, so we definitely are involved with them with that. And Shamari and I do a Natina celebration of life for Natina every year, and we are very excited about that. So yeah, we just try with everything we do. You know, it was our 20-year anniversary for Blaque last year. We dropped Torch. When we recorded Torch, it was in honor of Lisa. So of course, if you've seen the Torch album cover, she's on the cover of the album, the cartoon of her, you know, and basically her passing the torch on to us. So we just try our best to keep both of their legacies alive.
What projects are you currently working on?
Well, Shamari and I are working on things together and separately. We're working on album, a new album, new music. Y'all got Torch.
Okay.
Okay, that's what y'all wanted, so y'all got it. So now we're gonna do some new stuff. So new music for sure. I am actually currently writing a couple scripts.
Oh, nice.
It's a new endeavor for me. I've written music, but I've never written TV or film. So I'm diving into that, which I'm very excited about. And I heard they were both very good. So I'm excited about those. And I'm working on a couple of lines, a lash line and an accessory line. And I have always been into health and fitness. So yeah. I'm trying to and I know a lot of women are dealing with that, and I just want to be able to share my experience and my help wherever I can with that. So that's what I'm doing.
So 10 years from now, where do you see Blaque's legacy?
I see us 10 years from now still performing. Definitely more music, more TV, more film, maybe definitely a biopic. Shamari and I are working on a biopic. Yeah, and just still doing us, man. Still being a part of this great entertainment industry that we love.
So speaking of biopics, do you have anyone in mind to play you, or are you going for a freshman actress?
You know, someone asked, so the guy that we're working with on the biopic, he asked us to kind of like lay out who, you know, we would think. I have no idea. I got nobody right now. So if you guys have any suggestions, please let us know, because I think Shamari and I both are kind of like, I don't know. We want it to be right. We want it to be done absolutely right. So we've been taking our time. We're working with someone that's helping us write it and put it together. So it's going to be special for sure.
This industry has taught so many lessons. So what have you learned from being in this music industry?
I mean, so many things. I have had so many ups and downs, you know, throughout my career. And the blessing is that I'm still able to have a career. Our fans are amazing. They've been with us for 20 years. And I just think I've learned to basically keep God first in all aspects of your life, and just to be yourself. Stay yourself. You know, it's a lot of temptations. It's a lot of, you know, people trying to make you bend and do. And, you know, if you can consistently stay you and believe in you and know that your talent is, you know, your talent and worth being heard, and, you know, just continue just to be you. I think that's the best lesson that I've learned. I learned to be happy with me and be good with like my gift. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a gift. This is mine, and I'm good with it. And I'm blessed to be able to share it. So I think that's one of the things. I've learned so many, but, you know, if I could pick one, it would be that.
Oh, do you have any regrets?
Regrets. I mean, I don't think we lived in the moment. I think things were just kind of going so fast for us. We were shooting a movie. We had a hit record. You know, we're touring. I wish I would have lived in the moment a lot more. I really wish I would have looked around and been like, you shooting a movie, girl. Like, you know, or you're nominated for a Lady of Soul Award, or you just won an MTV award. You know, like, we were just like, oh, okay, that happened, cool. You know, we really didn't live in the moment and appreciate what we were doing and where we were, because it was just our day-to-day lives and things were moving so fast. So that would be it.
So we're going to continue to keep Left Eye on Legacy alive, and also keeps Blaque a legacy alive. And I want to thank you for taking the time out to conduct this interview with me, and thank you so much.
No, thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. Any words for your fans before we wrap up?
Sure. I just want to say thank you for being down with Blaque for 20, and I hope that you guys stay with us for 20 more. We plan to be here. We love you guys. RIP to our angel Left Eye. We love you, and we'll see you guys soon. Go get yours if you ain't got it. Go get it.
Yeah, and always good talking to you and seeing you. And after we're done hibernating, then once I see you, we're going to chop it up in person.
Okay, awesome.
All right. Take care.
Bye.